the Two Men Wrestling Podcast, hosted by myself, Wil Evans, and Dejon Blake. How are you, mate?
I'm alright, pal. Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm alright. Yeah, I started the podcast the same way I started the podcast last week, saying hello. Without the mouth breathing, though, which is a good thing.
Didn't even notice your mouth breathe.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
No worries.
So, yeah,
no worries.
how you doing, mate?
Oh, sorry, I was just copying you. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Been a long week, and we've got lots of stuff to cover.
Oh, we have something very interesting to talk to, but we'll talk about that later on. It's been an interesting week of wrestling, hasn't it?
There's been so much going on in the world of wrestling. Lots of previews to do, lots of reviews to do. We've got Raw, SmackDown, Saturday Night's Main Event. Good time to mention, though. So, going forward, we're going to be moving the SmackDown preview and Raw previews over to TikTok for exclusive content there. Thinking it just sort of chops it up a bit, doesn't leave you guys having to sit there for about an hour and a half listening to reviews and previews. Means we can add a bit more into this podcast. So head over to our TikTok when you want to see that. They'll be out. SmackDown ones will be out just before the show every night. It'll include UK start times and American start times. Same again for Raw on Mondays. So yeah, keep in tune on the TikTok.
Yeah, and it'll be a mixture. Yeah, and it'll be a mixture of like me doing it. It'll be a mixture of Will doing it, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. To be fair, you might get a surprise. It's Kinder Surprise every week to see which one of us does it.
Kinder Surprise.
Kinder Surprise every week. But yeah, that we thought it'd be the way just so we could fit more into the podcast and obviously do a bit more. And I think it's more relevant as well when we do it do it on the Monday and the Friday, so you get it straight live, ready for you whenever, and it's quick and easy.
Absolutely. So yeah, look forward to that. So, do we want to start then with a rundown of SmackDown?
We will indeed start. Yeah, we will indeed start with a rundown of SmackDown. Do you want to lead, mate?
Yeah, go on then. So
go on then.
Stop it. So the show opened up with a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match between Charlotte Flair. What's her name? How do you say it?
So yeah, disclaimer, before we carry on, I have to apologise to Julia, not Julia, because I have to especially apologise now because as we've seen from the qualifying match, she actually won it. So, a bit of embarrassment for me, but I'm apologise for that. I will never say your name wrong again, ever again, Julia. My apologies. But well done for winning the match.
Elle's in the chat.
Well done. Elle's in the chat.
Well done to her.
Yeah, well done to her.
I've got on our notes here saying Dejon apologise for saying name wrong.
How do you apologise?
I'm not letting that slide, mate. I'm not having that.
Yeah. Don't, mate. Don't.
Get your shit right.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the match in general? Do you think it's a little touch on it? Do you think? Were you surprised?
I was. I can't lie. I did say last week I expected Charlotte Flair to win this. I was assuming they were going to go with like a proper all-star Money in the Bank lineup, which they seem to kind of be doing in the men's side of things. But do I care about an all-star lineup? Not really. I just want to see wrestlers that suit the match. So I think Julia is the best option for suiting the match. Is Charlotte Flair a ladder match contender? I don't know. Zelina, she's got her own stuff going on with the US Championship. The match was alright. I give it a 6 out of 10. Probably one of the worse triple threat Money in the Bank matches so far, but yeah, it was alright. Deserved a win. Yeah.
My question is, do you think she's going to actually win the Money in the Bank? Although she's been input in the match, I think she's there for numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
The disrespect continues. It continues.
Sorry, love. You're here for numbers. Get out there. Yeah. Nah. Don't think she's going to win it. I'm Roxanne Perez to the moon, mate. I think she's winning it. I don't see anybody else winning it. But... So then after that, we had Chris Sabin who came out with Alex Shelley. Ciampa came out with Gargano. We've seen this a million times in a tag match. Nice to see a singles match for Chris Sabin and Ciampa himself. Ciampa gets the win by pinfall.
Yeah.
Again, nothing interesting about this match, really. It was a bit of a
Nothing too
filler match.
interesting, yeah.
Again, you're here for numbers. Yeah. Again, followed by another match for numbers. Oh, man.
Can I just say the
The
disrespect
opening
in the
for this.
podcast for the numbers match is wrong. It's so wrong.
Bro, I want to like SmackDown. I do. Raw is better, in my opinion. I think Raw needs 3 hours, personally. But they've gone with SmackDown with the 3 hours. Speaking of numbers, next match, Meechin and B-Fab versus the Secret Service involving Piper Niven and Alba Fire. I'm going to get this out there right now, and this is no disrespect to Piper Niven. Don't take it personally if you ever listen. What are you doing? Oh man, I don't get it. I don't get a character. I don't get it. Oh, I don't see her as a good wrestler. Oh man.
Oh, he's having a Nakamura
you know
moment. He's having a Nakamura moment. Moment. Why are we on smoke so early in the podcast? We're so on smoke so early.
It's a valid crash out.
It is a valid crash out,
man.
though, to be fair. Yeah, I don't really know what she's doing either, mate.
Yeah, I think it might become a regular thing now, around crashing out on random wrestlers for absolutely no reason.
You should have. I tell you, you should have your rant of the week. Your rant of your week should be a segment in the show.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. There we go. Thinking up ideas within the podcast, mate. That's what we should be doing, mate.
There we go. Right, if you guys want to see a Will rant of the week, let us know. Because that can be done. Oh, that can be done, I'm sure. I've got lots.
That's an angry man. No,
it's all peace and love. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and Meechin and Beef have got the win. Well done to them. I'm a big fan of Meechin. I think that she needs a title on her at some point, but when that happens, because I'm not being funny, like, she's been roaming around that US title area for ages and just never really getting that last push. Yeah. Whether that'll happen, who knows? But now we move on to a non-filler match. Yay!
Yeah, we do. Yay! Yay! We've been into enough.
Finally! I mean,
finally!
Finally!
Finally! Yeah, only an hour and a half into the show. Yeah, and it's a very good one, isn't it, Will?
It is indeed. Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix versus Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo with Solo Sikoa.
Still can't get used to that.
No, I don't really understand this. Where's the Mateo come from? Is Jason Mateo even Samoan? I don't know that, because every time I see him in this faction, I'm like, where's your relevance in this?
Let's have a little Google search. Let's have a little Google search and see if Jason Mateo is actually, aka Jeff Cobb. I still find it really weird to call him Jason Mateo. He's born in Hawaii, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got the relevance.
Okay,
yeah. So it's a relevance, yeah. And he is 42. As you said last podcast, he's old, man. He's really old.
Bro, he's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, debutant ever in WWE.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, man. But there was a segment before where Jacob and they were all talking in the hallway, and Jacob was going on about something to do with that JC isn't blood, he doesn't have anything to do with him, and that's what made me mention that, because I was like, actually, this dude is he related in any form of way? But that clears it up enough for me. Any things from you on this match?
Well, it's the massive thing, isn't it? It's Jacob turning on Solo and JC, which and it's weird because obviously what happened last week, they were talking and it was very much like, yeah, I love you, bro. Like, you're my guy. Like, you're the one. Like,
I love you, Solo.
And then next thing you know, it boom. Like, it's I couldn't predict that. I was very surprised when it happened, but it's interesting. I guess it gives Solo something to do. I guess it gives the JC something to do now, and again, it keeps on that Jacob Fatu strongness, which I'm loving. I'm loving, mate.
Do you think they're just trying to hang on to this bloodline storyline by just adding new people in? Because I know Hikuleo signed a few months back. No news as to when he's going to be appearing, and there's obviously rumours of what's his name? You know I'm all about. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Yeah,
Zilla Fatu.
Okay, yeah.
When's he going to be? Is this going to be a storyline maybe in 2026? Another bloodline sort of reignite the flame? Who knows?
I just hope that WWE don't kill it. Like, I hope Triple H decides that, right? There's going to be a point where he cuts the bloodline because it worked really good during lockdown. We all saw it worked really well.
Well, for about 4 years straight.
Yeah, it carried. Like, Roman Reigns, we started to love him because of the bloodline story.
Yeah, man.
I just hope that they don't do it to a point where it just drags. I understand the bloodline, from The Rock, even early from The Rock. I'm not going to go into it, but even earlier than The Rock and just the Anoa'i family, it's a big part of WWE. But I just hope they don't. I hope they don't kill it. Like, I just hope they don't kill the storyline to the point where you're like, oh, you're still carrying on this bloodline thing.
Maybe they're dragging it out though because they're looking for Roman Rocket next year's WrestleMania.
That's right, mate.
Like,
maybe
because he's always on about long-term storytelling. Roman's out for a bit. He's part-time now. I'm not having him be full-time in my head. Not a chance.
Yeah.
So maybe they're dragging it out. Maybe they have some people down the road, and we get that long build-up to WrestleMania 42.
Potentially, and I'll be all for it if it happens. To be honest with you,
I'm down for that.
Yeah, just got to see when it happens. To be honest with you, but yeah, very interesting stuff. To be honest, and just didn't see the Jacob turn. Didn't see it, mate. Didn't see it.
No, but he's turning. He's turning, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, whether that's on JC or Solo, it's probably gonna be Solo. Let's be honest, But yeah, either way, the winners by pinfall of this match was Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo, so a nice win for both of them.
Yeah, interesting.
Moving on, we had the men's Money in the Bank qualifying match between LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Aleister Black.
Aleister Black, yeah, who I
win for
said
LA
was,
Knight?
yeah, but I said that I saw nothing but Aleister Black win, and then they've just, I'm just surprised they killed the momentum. He's debuted what, a couple months ago now.
Do you think they killed it? Do you think they killed it?
It's just like, I just have this theory now that when you have a wrestler coming in, you build him strong, you make him strong, you just make him strong. And they haven't with Aleister Black.
Yeah, I mean, he's beat The Miz, he's beat Carmelo Hayes. Then yes, he didn't take the pin in this, which is, you can tell they're trying to keep him looking strong in some form of way. Having Nakamura take the pin, I can't lie. No, I'm not going to rant about him. Shut up. I'm not saying it. I personally think Nakamura will be released next year at some point.
Wow, that's your shout.
It's a hot take. It's a hot take. Only because I just don't see... They put the US title on him. It'll be one of the worst title runs I've ever seen. He's just taking pin after pin after pin. There's no storyline. Look, if they're cutting Braun Strowman, they can cut him now. Like, yes, he had his moment a few years back and he was unbelievable in the indie scene. But there's nothing going for him right now, which is a shame. And I do feel for him, in a sense, but maybe it's time to go. Oh, what a shame.
I said, it's time to go!
It's time to go!
Yeah, that's surprising, but listen, if this is your personal bias, just put it aside a little bit, because I think Nakamura is good for the roster. I think there's a lot of wrestlers that you just need that are good for the roster. He's good for the roster. But yeah, I get it. He's just eating pin after pin after pin. But I don't think they'll release him just for the pure fact is not too long ago he had a US title run. So, I don't think so. But that's a hot take. It's very hot. It's very strong. Very controversial.
Yeah. Take into account, though, that Braun Strowman was in the main event card for I'd say about a lower down main event card, but not in the mid scene for the start of this year, back in the last year. So, right, WWE are on smoke in terms of
they are
people. So,
they are.
No one's safe. No one is safe.
No one is
Who
safe.
knows?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he keeps his job. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope he keeps his job, mate. Yeah, but I think he's a good wrestler. Obviously, you have your views, but I don't think he's a good wrestler. He's just old. Just old.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm living on New Japan nostalgia as well. You never know.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so LA Knight took a pinfall win here. Good, great, good to see him in that. I really hope he wins this. Because he's dying, like crying out to be pushed to that main title now. Like,
we spoke about it last week. Yeah, we spoke about it last week. He was very much... Yeah, go on, mate.
He won't get there. He won't get there without this push. Like, you need to just push him in there. And once he's there, he'll be fine. But, yeah, as you said, we spoke about it last week.
Yeah,
watch the last episode if you want to know more about
go
that.
watch the last episode. Yeah, little plug for you. But yeah, he needs that briefcase. He does. He needs that briefcase. And I think he'll do bits with that briefcase. He'll probably jazz it up, you know. I don't know. Just put a yeah across it. Like, when it says when in the back, yeah across it. Yeah, I think it's time. It's time. I want to see
It's time. It's definitely
push.
time.
Yeah, I want to see a push, mate. I want to see it 100%.
Definitely. So then, closing out the show in the main event of that night was the WWE Tag Team Championships. We're on the line between the Street Profits with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus...
Justice for Dawkins! Justice for Dawkins!
You're on a mission with that. You are on a mission.
Yeah.
So that was... I mean, what an ending. Everyone was asking when the White Six going to return. When were they going to come back? Boy, did they come back, and they looked strong. But that's what they needed. When they first appeared, they were strong, they were good, and then they became weak and irrelevant within about 2.5 to 3 weeks. Very quickly, and there was nothing... There's speculation that there was a Bo Dallas, whatever, Hardy, had an injury, so they couldn't really go forward with that. But now they're back. They look scary. They look strong. They look menacing. So I'm excited for that. I'm really excited to see where they're going. Don't fumble it though, Hunter. Do not fumble this. This is your one chance. Everyone's back on board with it. You had a lot of people that left them. Everyone's back on board. Don't fuck it up.
It's very strong. Like, I think they are a strong faction anyway, but like, they're scary, man. They're scary looking, man. And to be honest with you, obviously they're trying to sell that, but they could be pushed to the moon as well, very much easily. And I think as well, you can, when it comes to Money in the Bank, eventually in a couple of weeks, I think you can put the title on them, because obviously they're building for something for that now. You can put the title on them. You can.
What title?
It's a tag title. I don't know who are the members you're gonna put on to win it, but you know, they'll probably do a fabulous Freebird rule and just have them all carry it. Have them all carry the title.
Yeah, it would be interesting to sort of maybe Seth Rollins' faction gets a bit bigger. War Games. Putting out.
We'll get to that in a second, my friend. We'll get to that in a second.
We will. We will.
But that is that's interesting. To be fair, I could see that maybe being a thing. Survivor Series, War Games, having a little faction v faction thing.
Could be good.
Obviously, their faction is bigger. But yeah, you never know. That could be very much. Who knows? I could see that happening. Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
So yeah. Obviously the winners by disqualification were the Street Profits. I kind of saw this coming. I said last week maybe Fraxium would do a Motor City Machine Guns, win the title really early in their debuts on the main roster. No, fair enough. I'm not against it. Really don't mind it. I think the Street Profits are great to hold the titles right now. But yeah, so I'd say that was an interesting SmackDown. I'd probably give the show a 7 out of 10. Not bad.
It was a 7 out of 10. Yeah, but you know what?
Without
we wanted
the White Six.
Yeah, we wanted something. Yeah, sorry, mate. We wanted something like we got the White Six returning. We got a turn from Jacob Fatu, but and obviously Julia being in the Money in the Bank match. But apart from that, there wasn't really anything that shouted out.
Not really.
It's a decent show at the end of the day. Roll on to next week, I guess.
Are you going to be watching tonight?
I will be watching tonight, my friend. I will be watching tonight. And a preview will be going out tonight as well.
On TikTok.
On TikTok. Little plug again.
Little plug.
Plug what? Right. So I'm going to do the review of Saturday Night Main Event. And
our first pay-per-view review.
First
PLE,
pay-per-view,
sorry.
and yeah, PLE. Vince again. Whew, wow.
Steady.
They steady. The start of this was I think didn't it start with the big breakout match, didn't it?
The CM Punk Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
CM
And
Punk
boy,
Sami Zayn, Rollins Breakker.
and what a match. I mean, are we gonna say what a match just for the ending? Are we just gonna jump straight to the ending, or are we gonna talk about the match a little bit? Because the match was obviously really good. The match was really good. The match was really good.
And there was one main. Do we want to skip over this a little bit, and we'll talk about the main talking point as our.
I want to. Let's do it.
The whole point of this podcast.
Let's do it.
Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker won. Next match, you can find out more if you listen for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, longer. CM Punk, Sami Zayn. CM Punk, Sami Zayn. We said that we're going to lose the match in our preview earlier. They did end up losing the match. They weren't going to book Seth and Bron Breakker being weak. They weren't going to book them losing the first match together. No. It wasn't going to happen. And what I was surprised it didn't happen. But the point that we really badly want to talk about, we'll save for our discussion of topic of the week. But yeah, what a match, incredible match.
Yeah, man.
And
I think it was good that I felt leaving that match that CM Punk and Sami didn't look weak. It didn't do anything to their stock. Boosted Seth and Bron's stock, which is exactly the way I want it to go. So I'm more than happy with that match. I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah,
100%, mate, 100%. I'll see that as being the same ranking as well. 8.5, 8, yeah, around that time. And obviously the winners by that match was Seth and Bron Breakker. And yeah, what a match. So the next match was the Women's United States Championship match. It was Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green trying to get her title back. She was obviously with Piper Niven and Alba Fire as well. But no. I think it makes sense again for Zelina to lose that qualifying match, to still have something afterwards. This is her little thing afterwards of still keeping the title. And obviously she did win by pinfall. Yeah, it keeps her strong, you know. And you can't make the champion look weak.
No.
But yeah, like, fair play to her. Like, you know, another match, another win. And she keeps that run, she keeps that momentum going, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good on her. Good win for her.
Good on her. Yeah.
Then we had
we had an interesting match. We had Ron Cena versus John Cena. We had Ron Cena. We had John Cena versus R-Truth, which we can both be happy at the end of the result of this match, because as we can see, there's no paper around us. There's no mic around us. That means there's no rap that happens, because R-Truth did lose that match. John Cena.
Thank fuck for that.
Thank fuck for that. I did not fancy doing a What's Up rap, and I didn't think we'd end up doing it, and we've not ended up doing it. So
yeah, I know there are some people that listen that I know for a fact they wanted to hear that, and stuff yourself. Not happening. Maybe that's if R-Truth ever wins a major title, we'll do it. I think we're safe on that, saying that one.
Yeah, he can stick to his 24/7 championships, please.
That doesn't count.
So
if they bring that back, that bet's off the line. We're not doing it over that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the only time we'll ever do that is if he wins a major title, or if he comes on the podcast.
Yeah.
If he comes on the podcast,
you never know.
That would. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe that's like a little hint for like which manifesting 2 years down the line. And you
2 years. It might be earlier than that, mate. Let's not knock ourselves short. But yeah, you never know. You never know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, John Cena won that match. Yeah, no surprise. Again, as I said.
No, nothing really interesting about that match.
nothing really interesting about that match. It's just John Cena carrying on his farewell tour. I'm interested to see who's going to be next. But again, later on this pay-per-view, I think we got a little detail of who might be next again. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So the next match again was a steel cage match. It was the only stipulation match of the night, but thank God, because what a match! Woo! Oh my gosh!
These two put on a show every time they go out there. Every single time they do it, it's always a banger. Always.
I told you I spoke about last week about the best of 7 with a certain person I can't name and Booker T, and again, Drew is the master of it. Of course, obviously, he didn't end up winning the match. Result spoiler: he didn't end up winning the match, but boy, it's a good feud. It works for him, and he's a master of these series matches. You know, he's a master of it. We saw it with Sheamus, we saw it with Seth, we saw it with Punk, and now we're seeing it with Damien.
Roman a bit as well.
A bit of Roman as well. He's a workhorse. I think. I think I've grown.
He needs the title.
I think I've grown to like. Yeah, he does, and he needs the title longer than 5 minutes. He's grown my liking. Drew,
lovely guy as well,
and really nice guy. Again,
have you ever watched the Joe Weller podcast with him, Thea Baker, and they have Drew McIntyre on it as well?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Interesting thing.
Yeah,
he's a good dude. Come on, hours.
And we're not just saying it because he's from the UK. He's a really nice dude. And hopefully one day we get to meet him. But yeah, really nice dude. And, from the moment he came in WWE the first time round, he was also seen as the prodigy. And, Vince called him, he was a chosen one. Great theme song, by the way. Fantastic theme song.
What a song. Bring it back.
What a song. Yeah, bring it back. They did for a little bit. They did a little bit, but just like hinted at it. I think it was it WrestleMania? It was WrestleMania about 2 years ago. They hinted at it, bringing it back. But yeah, they won't. I don't know if they'll ever bring it back. I hope they do. But incredible wrestler. Yeah. And although he did lose the match, as Damian Priest won by escaping the cage. Yeah. This series going to carry on, as I said last week, and as good that it is, because it's just incredible feud that's going on, and I just think it gives them something both to do, isn't it? You know. Yeah,
good ending as well. I mean that chair shot, sandwiching Drew's head between it. I remember watching it on my sofa and just throwing myself back, going, "Ooh, ow!" That looks painful.
Yeah, it does.
But apparently there's reports inside in the wrestling world that he's going to be taking a break of TV though now. True. That was sort of the put him out of action for a bit, but deserved time off. I mean, he's put his body on the line for the past 2 years, working non-stop every single week. So Drew, you deserve it, man. Enjoy your break, and hopefully you come back straight into the main title picture.
And as I said to you, mate, he literally is a workhorse, and he just kind of deserves the break, you know? He deserves the break. I hope he doesn't take the break, but if he does, well, it deserves it.
Yeah.
100%, mate.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, and then the last match was... Again, more for the ending.
Roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, more than the ending than anything, but I'm very happy to see that, Logan Paul being in the main event. I did say again that I didn't see him winning. It proved the fact that he didn't win. I just thought that again, making Jey Uso lose the title on a Saturday night main event and not an actual proper PLE is just not right. It's not right. And yeah, it was a good match, Logan showed up himself. Definitely still make himself a part of the picture.
He's good in the ring, man.
He's so good.
He's good. I don't think he deserves a world title just yet. I think it's good though that he's in the main event picture. Not necessarily challenging for a title, quote unquote, but having Cody Rhodes return. That was awesome, and it sets up for this Money in the Bank tag team. Cena,
and that's what
Paul.
I think. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, it's happening. They've already announced it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Cena, Paul, Uso, and Rhodes in a tag match at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Very interesting. Let's see where that goes.
And it is very interesting. I think it's just warming up again, that Cena Rhodes feud again, just giving a little bit of light to it.
I think the way they're going to go about this is I can see it already. Paul and Cena are going to win this match through complete and utter shenanigans. They're not winning it clean. There's no way. And I think then that sets up a Cody Rhodes versus Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
100%.
Maybe that's the way they're going with it. But that'd be good to see. I'd enjoy that.
I can see that happening. I can very much see that happening. I can see that being the next thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, it gives Jay something to do. It gives Logan something to do again. And, yeah, I'm just very happy to see Cody back. We didn't put him in our top 10. Would he have been in our top 10 now? Top 10 informed wrestlers now? But technically, no, actually, probably, because he hasn't wrestled yet, has he?
No. First time we've seen him since Mania, so...
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah. And he got a good little break off as well.
Yeah, he enjoyed him. I've been watching his podcast. He was, I'm assuming he's just been doing that, having a few margaritas on a beach, just relaxing.
Yeah, he does a margarita, yeah.
He had a big tooth the last time.
What would you rate that, pal? What would you say what would you rate it? What would you say is the rating for that PLE? What is it, PLE?
I give it an 8.5. I gave SmackDown what I give it? 7? 6? 6. So I'd say I'd give this, an 8.5. Pretty solid.
Yeah,
nothing too crazy. I think the Rhodes return gave it an extra point on that one. Some of the finishes in the match, a Reed return. Oh, save that for a minute.
He's already ruined it.
We're too eager, man.
We're too eager. It's too eager. We still got another review to do before.
Yeah.
Man.
Bunter, that a great man.
Come on, Bunter. Yeah, come on. But yeah. I rate that. I would rate that. It's one of. I do agree. It's one of the better Saturday Night main events that we've experienced. I'll probably give it a. What am I giving? I don't want. I'm trying not to give everything a 7 or 8, but it's like it's a 7. There were no title changes. That's one. No title changes. Expected. But it's still a good show. We still got a couple surprises as we're gonna get to. So a 7. A 7. A 7, 8.
Fair.
8. Yeah, 7, 8. Yeah.
Cool. So next we move on to a review of this week's Raw, which kicked off very nicely with a Money in the Bank qualifier triple threat match between Chad Gable, Penta, and Dragon Lee. El Grande Americano? Are we calling it?
Americano.
Is it Chad Gable?
No.
Is it Chad Gable?
Who knows?
It is,
well, we both know it's both. It is, yes. It is. What did you think of the match? What do you think of the match, pal?
I think it was good, man. I think it was good. I think it sets up a nice little thing because Vikingo, if that's how you say his name, from Triple A was there. Vikingo was there, setting up, dropping a bit more things into that feud with Chad Gable for that Worlds Collide. That'll be a match and a half. That'll be great. So
we can't. I want to just say a little thing on that. I'm looking forward to. I think that should be a discussion point that we talk about. But I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of rumors with different wrestlers and so much so forth. Of what's going to wrestle, who's going to be there, who's going to. It's going to be exciting. So I'm sure we'll at some point have a little discussion about that. But it's pretty much a setup, isn't it? Chad Gable losing is okay, because he's got better things coming for him.
He does. He's got a Triple A title match at that. Collide. That's been announced. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Maybe we see a Trick Williams. With,
maybe
with a TNA. Maybe another cross brand.
Maybe. I get a little plug there. Trick Williams getting a TNA World Championship. Obviously, Joe Hendry losing it makes me a bit sad, but it's good for both brands. Well, both companies.
It's good. Is that the first time another promotion's wrestler has won, or a wrestler from WWE has won another promotion's title whilst being in WWE? I
No,
believe
because
that's the
W's
first ever.
no, because the invasion angle existed, Will.
Oh yeah. I guess so.
But that is
Fair
the
enough,
first.
that's enough.
No. But I will give you decency. That's the first time that I think a TNA wrestler has lost their title to a WWE wrestler, contracted wrestler. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Which makes history. Again, I think WWE have realized now they have to follow this mold that AEW have been doing, which, you know, they bring off all these other companies, thinking like Ring of Honor and AEW are very interlinked, very tied in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a new strategy for WWE that clearly is working, and, you know, it's getting more eyes on the program, and it's bringing more wrestlers that you didn't think would be in WWE actually to WWE TV now. So, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I'm back on the match. The finish of the match. Yeah, the finish of the match. We saw the interference from Del Vikingo, and that led to Vikingo. That led to Penta obviously hitting that Penta driver onto Chad Gable and securing that pinfall victory that's made him now qualify for the Money in the Bank qualifying match, which I think he's gonna do incredible.
Awesome.
I think it's gonna be
Money in the Bank
incredible.
ladder match.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. And that obviously sets up now Penta, Solo, and LA Knight in that match at Money in the Bank. With a few more to be announced. Yeah, really good. From that lineup right now, I can't see Solo winning it. But out of Penta and LA Knight so far, the three wrestlers. And Seth Rollins, sorry, who we'll get to later. Yeah. I can't see who's gonna win that. It's hard. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. So yeah, incredible stuff. But yeah, the next thing. What was the next thing, Will?
So we had a Liv Morgan return.
Yeah.
It's been off for a few weeks, but she's not very happy about Dom and his chicken nuggies. But
yeah, she's not happy with Dom and the chicken nuggies. She's not happy with Roxanne either. She's been watching everything apparently. And Raquel has been telling her everything. Has been telling her everything that's been happening.
Yeah.
And you can't trust Dom. How much time do we need to keep saying you? Dom and women just.
God forbid a man enjoys chicken nuggies, right? God forbid.
God forbid a man enjoys chicken nuggies and women.
Yeah. What a life.
What a life. And an Intercontinental Championship just to throw it in the mix as well. He's living a dream.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
And a wonderful mullet.
Yeah, and a wonderful mullet. Yeah, but obviously, Liv Morgan returns with a. I mean, I say return. You also, if you say return, she's still got the tag team championship around her waist. But she was not happy on Roxanne. She was not happy at Dom. And it just heated up something before, you know, she went to a qualifying match or, you know, went to ask about the qualifying match. So, it was great stuff. Great TV.
It is. I mean, I think the Judgment Day is getting, I don't know if it's getting confusing at this point. There's a lot of people going in there, a lot of different storylines. Finn seems to be loving all the tension going on, so maybe...
Yeah, you seen Finn's face during that whole thing. Finn's face was just like...
incredible
it's like cinema.
Yeah.
It's popcorn, mate. He was just waiting for popcorn and he wouldn't complete it. It's incredible stuff. Yeah, he was loving it. Mate, he's had a good week, to be fair. Tottenham winning... he's obviously a Tottenham fan. JD McDonough is a Liverpool fan. We're both football fans ourselves, so we had to do a little plug. But they walking around earlier on with their Finn Balor with his Spurs top, and JD McDonough with his Liverpool top. Nice. Yeah, they're really nice as well. And he had a little fun. He had a little fun watching the drama too. So he's had a good week, hasn't he? Finn?
he's had a good week.
He's had a good little week, hasn't he? Well, anyway, so then what's the next match?
So the next match was a squash match, Rusev versus Tozawa. We knew where this was going. Again, they're doing the same thing with Rusev with Aleister Black, not making him look very strong by making him just batter Tozawa. Yes, Tozawa is a certified jobber, but... we know that already, and it doesn't make him look strong. He needs to go out there and beat a big name. But then again, Rusev was never really in the main card scene in his first tenure in WWE.
Yeah.
And all he did was put him in an accolade, didn't let go. Winners Rusev, there we go.
Yeah.
Moving on to the World Tag Team Championship match between the New Day...
Sorry, I had to do that.
New Day! Creed Brothers and War Raiders. Again, pretty mad match. New Day take the win by shenanigans once again. We saw this coming. Nothing too interesting. Cheeky Xavier Woods roll up. Anything from you on that one, or?
Not really. I just didn't think they were going to lose a title on Raw. If they're going to lose a title, they'll lose a title on PLE. Again, WWE respect New Day. They love New Day. New Day is a classic tag team for them, you know. I think they've held the most titles, right?
Yeah,
you can't... Yeah, New Day is a classic, you know. They weren't going to make them... They wanted to disrespect them and not give them anything. So, good on them. Good on them, you know. Good on them.
So then after that we had a little filler match. We love filler matches.
We do, man.
Liv Morgan having her first match back and Kairi Sane in a one-on-one match with the winner, surprisingly, I think in my opinion, Kairi Sane. I don't know whether you thought Morgan was going to win. But
no, I did think if Morgan hasn't been on TV for a couple of weeks, you would think, she's gonna give the win. Especially, obviously, she's not in the qualifying match, is she? So, I just thought like, all right, they're gonna at least give her a win for this, and they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't, which is surprising.
No.
Obviously, we saw the finish of as well. We saw the finish of Roxanne Perez getting involved.
Roxanne
She was actually. Yeah, she was trying to help Liv Morgan, which is funny, and obviously led to a little argument at ringside between Perez and Rodriguez, and, you know, Liv Morgan got distracted, and it was an easy roll-up win for Kairi Sane, which gets Kairi Sane over.
I'm going to pull something here, right, which is...
Yeah, go on, pal.
My laptop needs a restart. Let's pick a different time. Sorry,
I'll pause it, don't worry, I'll pause it, it's fine, mate. It's fine.
Sound. Mate, why is this happening now? Pick a time. Yeah, tomorrow. Fuck off. Okay, right. I'm good. So, you ready?
Yeah. So, it was just good
Yeah.
ending to the match, really.
I was going to pull something out of the bag here, but I'm not sure if you remember when Dom turned on Liv. He threw a chair in. No, so not turned Liv, turned on Rhea. Dom threw a chair in. Liv picked up the win, and then he ran away with Liv, leaving Rhea. Are we seeing something similar here, where she's thrown a chair in, she costed the match, eyeing things up with Dom? Who knows? Maybe it could be a repeat of that.
I like that,
but
no, it could be very much it could be very much irony that could happen. Like, I'm not against that at all. It's very interesting. That is, it could. Didn't think of that, but yeah,
it could be good.
That's a good point.
Who knows?
Very good point.
Then we had an interesting, I'd like to call it a bit of a scream fest between Becky and Lyra. Yeah, Lynch says if she... Oh, mate, no, it's not another rant. That's a whole other segment. I like Becky. I like Lyra, but I think they do just sort of scream at each other, a bit like Naomi does. It's a bit harsh to listen to. Lynch was all she sort of said was that if she wins at Money in the Bank, she wants Lyra to raise her hand, and if she doesn't win, loses, takes the L against Lyra, that she will never challenge for it again. Cool, I guess. Like, nice. Not really interesting stipulations, but
I think it was obviously Lynch was like she wasn't finished. Lynch was like, she's gonna win a Money in the Bank. They looked at each other's eyes, they raised their hands, like, it's just a bit.
We've seen this before.
It's nothing. We've seen this before. We've seen it before in NXT, and another thing, we're gonna see the match again in Money in the Bank as well. We're gonna see the same match again. Which I did say last week that Becky's just gonna go for the Intercontinental Championship and she's gonna win it eventually. It might be Money in the Bank that she ends up winning it again. Hey ho.
Yeah, who knows? So then we moved on to our main event of the night with Seth Rollins. A lot of talk about Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. Great match. Wonderful match, I thought.
Yeah. Very good match.
It was a good match. I thought the ending was a bit overbooked. You know, Sammy hits the haluva kick on Seth Rollins, pulled out by Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed before the 3 count. We were expecting it anyway, a bit of an interference. There was no way Seth was losing this. I'm sorry.
No.
Then we had Jey Uso came out to assist Sami Zayn. Then Dominic Mysterio comes out. Right. I was trying to keep up, but I was like, God, he's come. This. Oh my God.
Yeah, because then you've got haluva. You got haluva kick. You got Seth. Then you got Bron Breakker. Then you got Reed. Then you got Uso. Then you got Dominic Mysterio. Then you got Rollins again. Then you got Finn again. It's like there's a lot going on.
Like, it was a clusterfuck of the mind, but yeah, you know what? Those sort of things, I'm always down for. I like the overbooking of main events. I really do. And yeah, Dom throws a chair in. Seth goes for a curb stomp on Finn over the chair, cost him the match, which is leading up to that Judgment Day breakup. It's gonna happen. It
is. I don't know when it will happen though, but it's gonna be very heated when it eventually happens, and I can't wait for it. To be fair,
it'll be good. It'll be good to see. It makes me happy and interested for the sort of the future, the rest of the year, the second half of the year of wrestling. Because I always feel like after Raw, after Mania, or after Mania in general, it takes a while to sort of build these storylines back up. It felt like it did last year. There were a lot of just random feuds, but I feel like this time they've got it right, and they've carried on a lot of long storylines, and it's working well, man. It's working well. So that's our Actually, before we finish on that, what would you give out of 10? Your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 7 as well. Not seeing
7?
any. Yeah, we're not seeing anything massive happen. Pence obviously winning was great. We had a couple we had a squash match here and there, shout fest. Yes, it's all right. Like it's all right. I think we're gonna feel like it's gonna be all right just because Saturday Night Main Event happened, and you know that was a big thing that happened. And now we've always realised that unless it's WrestleMania, like the Raw after WrestleMania, there's never really a Raw that's just like wow, like that's incredible. But it was just decent. Like it was a decent Raw.
It was good.
Yeah, it's just setting stuff up and putting things in the pipeline for Money in the Bank, and that's what every Raw and SmackDown will be until Money in the Bank happens now. It's just set up, but I'm waiting for that next. I'm waiting for the next, not next week, but the week after, where we start seeing a bit more vim, a bit more like energy, a bit more like this is we're set up for this Money in the Bank now because it's a big Money in the Bank now. Again, I'm surprised. I think one thing I'm surprised about is that we're not going to see Punk and Cena. It makes me a bit upset for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, we're not going to see Punk and Cena. But hey, that's, again, Money in the Bank, predictions, talking about it, that's for another time. But what we're going to talk about now is discussion topic of the week, which we've both been itching to do it. We've both been wanting to say it, and here we go. It's massive. It's really big. And I just didn't see it coming. Bronson Reed is part of the new faction, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker. And what's your thoughts? What do you think? Well, I am shocked beyond belief.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll start with, we spoke about this last week, about who's going to be the third man. I never said Bronson.
Yeah, no, we didn't say Bronson Reed.
But that didn't even come into my mind for 1 second it'd be Bronson Reed. But I thought his return was going to be a bit later down the line. Obviously after snapping his ankle at Survivor Series War Games. But... cool. I mean, also, I thought Bron was going to be the big enforcer, the big man in the group. Clearly not. Or maybe he's going to build a team of massive enforcers around him.
Well, this is the thing I was thinking about, because there's a weird thought, right? I was getting ready for the podcast, and I was thinking, right, so he's got 2 henchmen, right? And we related to the faction to Evolution last week. And, we were very much like, this is like Evolution. This is going to be Triple H's Evolution. And this is why, again, we have the theory pun intended. But we had Austin Theory, we had Logan Paul, and we had Sami Zayn. We had them people because we saw them as a bit like cocky, heelish, but can fit that Randy role. Right? We were looking for a guy that would fit that Randy role because we were looking for a person that would be able to be the arrogant guy in the group, but was still fairly young. Not necessarily on the lines of Sammy because Sammy's a bit older, but we could have thought Sammy would have fit this role.
Yeah.
I did not see Bronson Reed. I did not see another henchman. It felt like Authors of Pain. It generally. It felt like I get Authors of Pain. But also another thing in my head is like, I don't dislike it. I like it.
No. Yeah, I'm down for it, man.
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's just very much the thing of, wow, okay, you got Bronson. Can you see Bronson as a world champ in the future?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You can.
Yeah. I think he's going to be this generation's Mark Henry.
Okay.
I can see that being a thing.
I can see that as
very
well.
similar personas, movesets, apart from obviously jumping off the top rope of a tsunami, which if I ever saw Mark Henry do that, I'd lose my
Mate, the ring's breaking. The ring's breaking. The ring's breaking.
Every time that man went on the top rope, that ring was like, this ring's breaking. The ring's
breaking. And most of the time it did break. Most of the time, even if it's a suplex or... I don't think I've ever seen Mark Henry jump. If someone can show us a video of Mark Henry jumping off the turnbuckle, please do. But, like, every time I've seen that man on a turnbuckle, he's broke the turnbuckle. He's broke the ring. So...
he doesn't work on those ropes.
No, it doesn't work on those ropes.
It is a mat worker only.
Yeah, mat worker only. But yeah, back onto the faction. It's big, it's massive, and it just makes. But everyone looks strong. They all look strong in the group.
I've got a bit of a hot take though here, right? And I've had to write this down so I didn't forget it. But I think there's something missing about this faction. I don't doubt that it will be big and menacing in the future, but right now, I feel like they're a heel faction. We know that. They're all meant to be heels individually, but they're not hated heels. They're fun heels. Like, Bron is, when he's working in the ring, he's a face to me. Like, he gets cheers, he doesn't get booed. When Bronson's in the ring, when Seth's in the ring, they hardly really get booed. When they should be getting heckled through the entire matches, and they're just not. The promos, fine. But in ring, they're not getting heckled. So maybe... is it the natural ability of Bron, Reed, and Rollins which are hindering this hated heel persona?
I think...
do they need to change something in Seth's character to make him become a bit more heel?
No. I don't think it's anything wrong with Seth. I don't think it's... Obviously, everyone loves Seth. And... you can only make Seth so heelish because Seth won't be hotter. It won't be hotter heel than it was in 2014, 2015. Like you won't get a hotter heel Rollins than that because everyone just loves the guy now. So I don't think you can make him. Yeah, it's generational. Like you can't make him more hated than he was in that time. Like, unless he slaps Becky or like he slaps his wife.
Maybe I'm comparing it to that then.
Yeah, unless he's does something like that, I can't see him getting more hated. But even then, you can't hate Seth. He's been over for so long. He's been the workhorse for WWE for so long. He's been that guy in WWE for so long. When Roman Reigns wasn't up at it. When when Cody's not been at it. When multiple wrestlers have not been at it. He's been that guy. He's our Shawn Michaels. In a way. So I can't see him getting hated more than this. So he's doing as much as he can. With Bron Breakker, he's there. He just needs a bit more time. He could be a dirty, disgusting powerhouse heel. He can be that. Again, I'm relating it to Evolution, but he can be that Batista-like heel in the group, like 100%. And when he eventually goes on his own, he'll be a monster. Like, I have no doubt he'll be a world champion. I do think Bronson Reed fits. I do. You said he could be a world champ. I don't know.
You don't see it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I could. It's
I
like
think
50-50. Like I could see it. I could not see it. It's
yeah.
like. It's like.
I think
Yeah.
I can see it more than I can't see it, but at the same time, I'm not going to rule out the fact he might just not ever become a world champion
Yeah.
because
And
I
that's
mean
what. Yeah. Yeah. Go on, mate. Go on.
it's a he's still at the start of his career, kind of. Yeah, he's been going for a bit now, but like this sort of main event push. He's gonna be hanging around, I think, where LA Knight was hanging around last year. Not really, almost at the title, but not, and maybe where he's not. When people realise he's not at the title, he'll just sort of hang around underneath Seth's wing for a while and not really do much. But who knows? Maybe he might just go out tsunami everybody in there now. Who
Yeah,
knows?
but this is my point, though. I think what made Evolution so good is because you saw them all as world champions, so you were sold on the fact that when they
Yeah.
were heels, you thought, yeah, they're the guys. Like, yeah, the guys. Like, you
These
think,
guys ain't
yeah,
losing.
they're gonna be, they ain't losing. And that's what I think is missing. But that only can be built over time. With these. Very much when Randy came in, probably a lot of people weren't convinced on Randy, but over time he made people convinced about him.
Yeah,
and
and he's
that's
been a world
the-
champion by that point as well.
Yeah, and he was
So-
already he was well. I think he became a world champion in 04. Some 04 was when he was a world champion. I think Evolution
Yeah.
started in 03. But even then he was like a rough
Yes, no, you are right.
rough
Yeah,
thing.
you are right.
But they were still he had the backing of him, like his cowboy Bob
yeah.
Orton's son. Like he's a
Third-generation
grandson.
superstar.
He's a third generation superstar. Like he's that guy. Like he's gonna be the next guy. And Bronson doesn't have that. And it's
Bron
it's
does though.
triple.
Maybe
yeah,
maybe
Bron
maybe
and Bron
Bron is
does.
the Randy. Maybe
Yeah,
Bron
but this
the
is
Randy
maybe Bron
because
is maybe Bron is the Randy. Maybe Bron is the Randy.
Yeah.
I'm not for buying that. Maybe Bron is the Randy. Maybe you are right. Maybe Bronson's the Batista.
second
maybe
generation
Bron's the Randy.
superstar.
Yeah, I didn't think
Scott
about it. That's a
Steiner.
good point, mate. Yeah, that's a very good point, pal.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Maybe.
Very, very good. So yeah, maybe that's the case.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting to see what happens, you know.
yeah.
But yeah, that's all for it. Right.
Wait,
So
Do you
yeah, go on,
think?
mate.
Sorry. Do you think just before we move on to the next bit? Do you think maybe Bron and Bronson Reed help Seth and Money in the Bank, or do we get a Roman return? There's been hints of Roman returns, and maybe he flattens them both. What do you think? Do you think they even get involved in the match?
I think when Roman returns, I don't think Roman returns in that faction. Well, I don't know. Yeah, he has
Not in
to.
the
He has
faction, but
to.
like to cost
Yeah,
the faction.
yeah, cost the faction. Yeah, sorry, what I mean. Yeah, he does. He does. He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's got unfinished business. He's taking a little break, but he's got unfinished business with Paul. Unfinished business. I think the Paul, the Paul CM Punk thing. I think they've just kind of buried that. I think that's just kind of gone.
It feels a bit like it. I mean, they've got Sammy and Punk getting involved, but like, we need a bit more from that. I think Roman needs to be thrown a bit more back into that to give it the star power it needs.
Yeah, and I think it will happen. I do see him coming back and being a monster and just trying to destroy Seth for what he's done.
Yeah,
And it'd be great TV. Yeah, and I also might see then again, surprisingly, I might just see Seth going over Roman, or we might see we maybe also might have the other side where Paul Heyman just thinks, forget this, I'm going back with Roman. We just don't know, but only time will tell, pal. Only time will tell.
it will indeed. Well, it's an interesting, side of the WWE world at the moment, and hopefully it becomes this incredible, great, unstoppable faction that we all hope and want it to be.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, so should we move on to some tweets of the week then?
We will read some tweets on the week, 100%.
Let's do that. So, do you want to kick us off then?
Yeah, I'll kick you up. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily a tweet. It was got shown on Instagram.
Yeah.
But this is why I love this. So on Saturday, before Saturday night main event, I was just dawdling around in London, and I went to the pub and I watched the playoff final As fans might know in the podcast, we're both big football fans as well as
Yes.
massive wrestling fans. And we had a couple of beers, watched the player final with a couple of mates, and it was I think it was Meander. Meander's his name.
Yeah.
And he hit something. He scored basically. He scored I think it's the first or second goal in the game, and he hit a celebration that I loved. He had the Viper celebration. He literally went like this. He just went like, and I thought it was class.
Randy retweeted it.
Yeah, and even better, Randy then retweeted it, and then Randy literally
Class.
sent something on Instagram afterwards and was like, "Fair play, it's really good." I thought that was really good.
We need to see more. We need to see more wrestling moves or poses as celebrations of football. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we need to see more of a crossover.
We
see
do.
more of a
That'd
wrestling
be funny.
crossover. Yeah, but I just thought, no, I literally when it happened, I was like, "Hold on, has he just done what I thought he's just done?"
That's
and
what
I was
I thought.
sick.
I was watching it downstairs in the lounge, and I was like, "No way!"
Yeah, and I thought that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the little
Yeah,
little thing they had on social media was really cool as well. It really made my day.
Always good to see.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's my little thing for tweets of the week. What's your little tweet of the week, mate?
So we've got two this week, buddy. We have two. So we've got somebody on Twitter, I can't remember his name, but said maturing is realizing that Seth Rollins has become a better heel than John Cena, with overall storytelling and more consistency every week.
Oh.
It's in.
Oh, that's a good one. Right. So, are we saying? Is he saying current day Cena heel?
Yes.
If we're talking current day Cena heel, I'm all for it because
Yeah, I agree.
I'm all for it. Like, I can't disagree on that. Seth being heel in 2014 is better. All right, even if we go back, right? So we look at the first heel Seth, and we look at the first Cena heel. Cena heel was good, but there's just something about
It wasn't
Seth
really
that was
heel,
better.
though, was it?
Yeah, it
was
wasn't.
like-
It wasn't heel. It was just spitting smack and rapping every week and telling people they can't wrestle for shit. That was all it really was.
yeah.
And that's my comparison there. So then if I transport it now to modern day and a Seth heel now and a Cena heel now, it still goes into my same point that I said last week where I just don't understand this heel Cena. I don't. I still get understanding, but it's the whole point in it. It's the whole point in it, and it's infuriating. And I guess if that is your way of being a heel and making it work, then all for it. But what you said earlier, you're not convinced on a heel Seth. I am more still convinced on a heel Seth than a heel Cena. I'm gonna be, and that's to be honest. That's just my personal view on it. What do you think?
No, I'll back it with you. Like, Cena is getting his boos, but will always get his cheers, no matter what. And I think the consistency is a major part of this. Like, for you to be an
100%.
ultimate heel, you got to be there every week. He wants to ruin wrestling, be there every week. But maybe that's his part of, if I don't show up, it pisses people off, therefore I'm ruining wrestling. If that's the whole thing, then fair enough. But he needs to do something else. Maybe he needs to just cost random matches. Just really just mess a lot of things up. Make episodes annoying, but leave people annoyed at the end of an episode. But what Seth's doing, Seth is like, he's a very menacing dude, very calculated, a bit like a fox, I'd say. But when he attacks, and he gets his point across. As Cena, as well, and Seth will do it in many different ways, whether it's verbally or physically. All Cena's really doing in this heel thing is verbalizing that he's better than you, and then will challenge you to a match. He'll be in the match, then he'll kick in the bollocks, or he'll smack his title off your head, and he wins.
Yeah, and
Copy paste.
Yeah,
That's all we've seen. So it's not I'm saying it's bad. I'm enjoying it. I mean, every time Cena is advertised, I watch. I'm hooked.
as anyone would be.
But in terms of a Seth Rollins being a better heel, I think he is right now. He is.
I think another thing you said about it's good. But I think another thing that you said about consistency. I see again. We're gonna talk. I talked about it last week with Backlash, right? When I see heel Cena, I saw him in Backlash, and it was he was conflicted, right? And I don't then know, right? And the fans then don't know, is he a heel or is he a face? Is he being a heel? Is he being a heel? Like, does he want to be a heel? Is he trying to be a heel, or was he turning more face? You don't get that with Seth. You know Seth is a heel. You know, he's a heel. 100%. He's there to just destroy people and be a bad guy. We're seeing that there's like he's saying he's a heel, but then he's being nice. Or he's being conflicted.
Picking up on your point there, which you made, good point of with Randy at the end of the match, it was like, is he turning face? But with Truth, when he decided at first not to smack the title off his head, I was like, that's another little hit. And as we said last week, we made a very big point of WWE and the writers and the creatives don't do stuff for no reason. Maybe it's the first little drip feed of him turning face. Because I still don't see him leaving the company as a heel. I don't see it. I think that is bad for business. And he wants what's good for business. So maybe that's the first bit of drip feeding, but who knows? I think we're still a long way. That retirement tour finishes in December. We're in June as of Sunday. There's a long way to go. Yeah. So it's who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah,
so
who knows,
the next tweet I had, which was mentioned by a woman on Twitter, saying that Lyra and Becky feud is a hot mess. Becky ain't making any sense. Lyra acting a damn fool. They pushing this so bad.
They're pushing it.
I do agree.
Yeah, they're pushing it.
It is. Becky just comes out and screams, not making any sense. Completely agree with it.
Yeah.
Lyra acting a fool. I don't know how much about that one, but
I don't know shit about it myself. I think what makes this even worse though is I think the second part I don't necessarily agree with, but I think the feud on the whole is good. It's just awkward because we just know the ending. Like, we know what's gonna happen, but we just know Becky's gonna win. So it just kind of is like, everyone's having to watch it, be like, go on,
dragging it out.
Go on.
Yeah. Next.
Go on. Oh, Money in the Bank, she wins! Yay! That's what we're waiting for, to be honest.
I never saw that coming.
Never saw that coming. Wow. So like, if we think about it in that way, it just kind of the feud is just it's a bit and as I said, we're just hearing we're in a shouting match until Becky wins. But I don't agree on the second point about Lyra Valkyria.
No, not too much. No. So I mean, I love the way they worded that. That was great wording from the person who tweeted that. I should really get the names of that to give him a shout out. But, so that was
in time, my friend.
I'm sure
in time.
Yeah.
That was
so. Do we want to?
So the next thing I know what the next thing we're going to move on to, pal. It is female wrestlers. It is. I almost shit myself again. I almost shit myself again. Yeah, I almost shit myself again.
I thought you meant actually that you just done it on the pod.
No. I almost shit myself again. I almost was like, oh damn, I've not done it. But yeah, so top 10 wrestlers of the week. Inform female wrestlers of the week. We did men's last week, and we're doing women's this week. I think I started last week. I think you should start this week. I just think it's only kind.
So I want to put a quick disclaimer out here. I did this. I did this before NXT this week, and I've included one NXT person in this. Okay. You'll know who I mean, and it'll make sense. So just bear with. Right. So at number 10, I've gone with Charlotte.
Right. Ooh. Okay. She's not that low on my list, but yeah. Okay. That's surprising.
She's not winning anything, in my opinion. Well, factually as well, she's not really winning anything. Yeah, she's a presence. So to me, her presence has her on the list. Arguably the greatest women's wrestler of all time. So she has to sort of be on there if she's active, I think. And she appears. Unlike a Reigns or a Rhodes, she's appearing. So number 9, I've gone with Alexa Bliss. Number 8, I've gone with Zelina Vega. The only reason I haven't got a higher is a bit botchy. Quite botchy.
Yeah, she can be botchy. Yeah. And obviously, you've got to... I feel like It's really hard because I've done something controversial on my list. It's really this is a little plug. It's really hard not to put a champion, to not put a champion on the list. But sometimes you don't want to put a champion on the list because you're like,
I could have done it if we did this with male wrestlers when Shinsuke was the US champion. That's not bias. If we say anything, it's not bias. That is just because it wasn't a good reign, and he wasn't really. He had 2 defenses. One of them, So my point, your point is very strong there. Of it's difficult to not put a champion on, but like I haven't got Raquel Rodriguez on there, because she doesn't really do anything. But leading on to that's a really good little segment into my 7th is Liv Morgan. She's been off. It contradicts my point a bit about people being off and I can't put them in, but she still has the form there. Like it never really went. Her stock never dropped when she took about 3 weeks off, basically. Number 6, Stan Perez. I want to put her higher, but there is just there's 5 more above her. So she would be higher a bit if the current situation was a bit different, but I think 6 is respectable. Where she hasn't got a championship, she's just she's making that big push and her waves through the WWE. So she's going to go there. 5, Lyra Valkyria. I think it's respectable. Nothing too crazy about this run. It's good. I think she fits in nicely there. Number 4, the Rhea Ripley. She's winning some matches. She's qualified for Money in the Bank. Still looks very strong. Don't like many people beating her, apart from Io Sky. But I think 4 is respectable. Number 3 is the one I was going to talk about. Is Stephanie Vaquer. However, I think that's how you say that.
Fair enough. Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer. Yeah, I thought you were going to say Sol Rucker, to be honest with you.
No, but I do like her. She's a good.
She's good. Yeah, she's good. Yeah. Going out with she's with Tyler Bate, I think. She's going out with Tyler Bate, to be honest.
Yes, I believe that's right. Yeah. So the reason I put Stephanie here, and the reason I want to put a point in this is, at the moment of recording this podcast, she has actually now signed a Raw main contract, or Raw main roster contract. At the point where I did this list a few days ago, she was still in NXT and actually still had her championship, which she dropped earlier this week. So I don't believe her losing that takes it off form, because I think maybe she dropped a bit of stock losing that championship, but then gaining a Raw contract put her straight back up there. And she's been dominant on Raw as well. She's been dominant on Raw. So I think 3rd is a respectable place for her on there.
Yeah, it's a good point you brought up, but I haven't put her on my list, and it's going to be controversial because there's other people that's on my list as well. You might think, well, she probably could have been instead of her, but I've not put her on my list purely for the fact is I wanted to make sure that I separate the NXT wrestlers from the normal wrestlers. Obviously, she's now got a contract now, but the most we've seen is on NXT. So for me to then be like, all right, I'm going to put a 3rd. It's not right for me.
Yeah.
But I can understand where you've done it. And it's valid. It is valid, 100%. It is valid, man.
She was honourable mentions to begin with. And then when I saw that, I was like, no, fuck it. She's going good. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a to the moon, mate. So, number 2, Tiffany Stratton. I think.
Ooh, you put a 2. You put a 2. Okay.
2.
Yeah.
Because feuds are looking good. There's a lot of just talking at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's a WWE Women's Champion. Wonderful, and she completely deserves it. There's no reason to why she could be 1. She absolutely could be 1. But I've chosen Io Sky at 1 because to me, there's nobody that beats Io Sky right now.
That's fair.
She is.
That is fair.
The only thing Io Sky could have different is her promo skills. Not going to really doubt too much of that because she's a native Japanese.
She's Japanese. Like
it's
I don't
difficult.
Expect it to
and WWE have never really pushed Japanese wrestlers in their promos, so I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. I really, really will. But her in-ring ability, phenomenal. Her run at the moment, phenomenal. Like anybody that says they're going for her, she's like, yeah, let's have it, let's go, and she wins every time. So
she does.
Yeah, I've got her at number one. That's my list. I think it's an okay list. I think there's
Yeah, it's a good list.
there wasn't really many that I didn't think about. Like Becky Lynch, I was like, nope, you've lost twice in a row now since you've come back. Not good enough. Sorry to go on my list. And all you do is
No.
scream down a mic every single week.
Yeah.
Rant. Get a rant.
Get a rant. I might as well get a button, just be like, bing, 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 rant
I
alert.
was just thinking that. I need a button that's got like a Will rant.
Yeah. Right. Woo, woo. Right. So let's go on mine now.
Yes,
I'm
go
gonna
for yours.
I'm gonna mention the people that haven't made the list first off.
Okay.
So Asuka's not on my list.
Fair enough.
Naomi's not on my list. Chelsea
Fair
Green's
enough.
not on my list.
Very
Kairi
fair
Sane's not on my list. Raquel
Also
Rodriguez is also not on my list.
Yeah.
And Jade Cargill's not on my list. And the other two people that have got,
Never thought
yeah,
of
yeah, and the other two
that.
wrestlers, yeah. But the other two wrestlers that are not on my list, but controversy probably should be on my list, are Lila Valkyria. Debatably should be on the list, and Julia, because obviously she won on Friday last week, and she's now in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
I just didn't think them wrestlers, like, in form technically, yes. You can put Julia in there, yes. Lila Valkyria, she's Intercontinental Champion, yes. But if I'm talking about, like, Julia maybe. Julia probably could have fit 10. But I just found other people ahead of her that I thought were more
Fair
just
enough,
informed wrestlers. So yeah, here I go. So number 10, I put Selena Vega. She's for the same reason you put. You can have botches, but I felt like it was wrong to not put one of the mid card champions in there. And she's the one with the most recent win, so I thought, yeah, she has to be in there. And obviously she was in a qualifying match recently as well, so I thought it was just that she'd be in there. Number 9, I put Becky Lynch in there. Again, I understand probably why you didn't put her in a list, did you?
No.
And I can understand why you think that. That's why she's so low down in my list of why she did it. Like she hasn't really done anything.
That's
She's
fair
lost
enough,
twice.
Yeah.
But I know I'm probably doing project booking. I know in a couple of weeks she'll have the title, and then I'll be like, yeah, fair enough, she's gonna be on the list then. So, guess it's informed wrestling now and later on. Yeah, I put on my list. Again, if anyone disagrees with anyone we put on the list as well, please let us know as well.
Drop your list in the comments.
Yeah,
If you
drop
have
a list in the comments. If you have a list, drop them in the comments. So number 8, I've actually put Charlotte. Similar things for you as well. She's lost recently. She got booed out of the building a few weeks ago now. Sorry, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I brought it up last week. I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
Didn't even take that into account, but oh my god, I remember that. That was
Yeah.
bad. That was bad.
But she's been on TV. Her mic skills are okay. But she's still low down on the list because I don't know what her plans are next.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's Alexa Bliss is 7th. She would be higher up, but I just need to win a bit more matches. She's only just returned recently, so yeah, I think that's a good position for her, and she probably will be higher in my list when we eventually go back around and do it again. Number 6. This is a very controversial one. I put Bianca Belair.
Correct me for has she wrestled since WrestleMania?
Ignore that. Anyway. Do you want to know my reasoning why she put her down? Do you want me to know my reason why she put her down? Because the only reason Jade Cargill and Naomi are relevant right now is because the storyline's based off her. That's the only reason. Yeah. That's the only reason. I have no other reason. That's the only reason.
I'll give you that. Fair enough.
That's the only reason. Again, a lot of people are going to disagree with me with that one. That's a controversial hot take one. That might be the most
Number
outrageous
6
one.
hasn't wrestled in 2 months.
Hasn't wrestled in 2 months, but has a storyline about her currently. Yeah. So yeah, Baker Perez and Seth. Don't worry, the list is fine now after that, right?
Okay.
The eye roll is strong with this one. All right. Number 5, I've put Roxanne Perez. Now we're back into more logical things. Roxanne Perez coming recently last week. Yeah, I'm thinking straight. Last week she's obviously debuted on Raw. She's been on TV, had a couple wins. She's now in the Money in the Bank match. Very good position for her. Good position for her. Number 4, I've put Liv Morgan. Again, she's returned.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tag team champion still. Obviously, she lost on Monday, but yeah, she's got a good storyline.
I guess before even her return, she was really, really on form before that. So it makes it. There's no reason why we shouldn't have her this high in our lists. So yeah.
Then number 3 is Rhea Ripley. Same reasons that you kind of had. Rhea Ripley.
Sorry, on my mic.
Did you not hear it? Did you not hear it?
No. You came through as Rhea Ripley.
Right. Okay. Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
That's just
Rhea
Ripley.
Ripley. Yeah. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she's my 3rd. Similar reasons you kind of had again. Wrestling, good matches. She's always been on top of the card. She's incredible. If I'm being real, she's probably my favourite WWE wrestler out of how much she is. We've kind of had this new revolution of wrestlers. You know, we've obviously had the 4 horsewomen. You know, we had Becky, we had Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, who's now gone to AEW. And that was Mercedes Monroe, I believe. But
Mercedes Moné,
Moné, sorry. But yeah, yes, it just makes sense that she's gonna be in my top 3. I think she's been class, and she's carried the company for a long time, and it's only a matter of time when she gets retired again. And I think I have a shout that she's done the World Championship now. I think the next one's a WWE Championship again. I think she's gonna win that again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's done a good run with that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And again, a 1 or 2, it's very similar but different. I put Io Sky 2nd. I've not put her 1st.
Fair enough.
I put her 2nd.
I guess.
No, you scared. No, you can guess, mate. You can guess. It's fine.
You got
because I think, because I just think, because I think they're both kind of on. They're very much showing their championship well. Yeah, it's difficult, but they're very much doing what they need to do. They've both got the main title, and they're both doing well with their main titles, to be honest with you. And they're giving a good representation for it. I don't see anything wrong with it. So yeah, incredible stuff. I think it's amazing. And just to both of them. But I just couldn't decide between the both of them. So I think I put Tiffany a bit higher just because, I don't know. I think when it comes to it, push and shove. She's just. I like probably. They're both great wrestlers, but maybe I just like Tiffany's wrestling a bit more. And again, it's really sad to say, and it's not, I guess, the most fair thing to say as well. But her promos are better.
Yeah.
Promos are better, but it's not
her first
language.
She's good on the mic.
And that's not. It's not Io's first language. It's not Io's first language, and I guess I probably should put that into consideration. But yeah, it's very hard to decide between the two of them. They're pretty much even, to be honest. So first, second's even to me. Yeah. So that's my women's wrestling list with
very similar to an extent.
Yeah, very similar. But Bar Bianca, very similar. Yeah.
Apart from that Rogue one. I'm never letting you live that down.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's fine.
That's not
all right.
But no, in comparison to last week's inform lists, they were a lot closer. Last week's they were all sort of we have very different opinions on that one, which is interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, but I think next week what are we doing? I think we're doing NXT Superstars next week, or we're doing tag teams. Which one are we doing? What do you think?
Tag teams, I believe.
We're gonna do tag teams. Yeah, we'll do tag teams next week.
Yeah.
So tag teams will be the top 10 we'll do next week. Yeah, and tune in for that. And hopefully we don't have outrageous statements like I'll say, "Oh, it's a good tag team."
DX.
Let's do DX. Yeah, let's do DX.
Yeah.
Even
I
though
haven't wrestled in 10 years, but they can go.
No, Brothers of Destruction. Yeah, Brothers of Destruction. Yeah.
Get him in.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know what? I was just basing them off the last time they wrestled in Saudi. That makes them better.
Arguably, and it pains me to say it, one of
that is the worst
match
match. Yeah, worst match I've ever watched.
That was horrendous, and it had dropped all of their stock and respect a little bit.
Yeah, Sean came out of
More
retirement for that. Remember, Sean came out of retirement for that.
Maybe he shouldn't have.
Definitely
shouldn't have.
Well, I shouldn't have.
Right. So should we play a little game?
We should play a little game, and we got a new game to the show on our second podcast, isn't it? We did mention it in the first podcast, but we didn't get around to it. But now we actually can. You're the one asking me, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing blind ranking going forward. I'll do it 1 week, you'll do it another week, so on and so forth. And it's going to basically just fit the theme of whatever is relevant in the world of wrestling right now. So this week, and the first ever blind rank we're going to do is going to be past Money in the Bank winners. Ooh. So, I'm going to have to write down a list for this because this is very key. Right. This is very key. Yeah. So, rank these basically off how you can take into account a lot of things. Their cash in, the aftermath of their cash in, like their title run. Maybe how they won the match if you want to go that deep into it, but it's completely up to you, mate.
By the way, how much people have you put in this list? Because obviously there's been 10. Way more than 10. There has been way more than 10. Yeah. So you've had to filter some man out.
I've picked just 10 at random.
Okay, that's fine. Cool.
And it's going to be the name and the year of when they won it as well, so that helps.
Okay, great. That's fine. That's fine.
Damian Priest, 2023.
Okay. Seeming that I'm going to go a little bit of the middle ground, or a bit lower the middle ground. Seeming that he did eventually win the World Championship with the Money in the Bank cash-in, if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's screaming 7 for me. It's screaming 7 for me, because I have a prediction there's going to be way better people in this list. So I'm going to give him a 7.
They could all be worse.
They all could definitely be worse. But from my memory of what I can remember in terms of Money in the Bank winners, there's only been maybe 3-4 that's really had bad Money in the Bank winners. So I'm gonna give him a 7. He won the title off it. He carried it for a long time. My reason I'm probably giving him 7 as well, it's just it's probably my own personal bias. I'm never convinced on Damien, but I'm getting to convince him a little bit more. And again, that gave him a bit more pedigree winning that. And obviously made him win the World Championship. So if it makes you win a World Championship, it's instantly going to be better than
higher end of the scale,
8, 9, 10. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I can't give him a 6 or 5 because I just don't know who else is there. Because there's a lot of guys that have won Money in the Bank winners and they've been incredible. So.
Absolutely. So we have Dean Ambrose, 2016.
Oh,
John Moxley, you could say.
So he cashed in. I remember he cashed in. It was the night that... Wasn't it that Roman lost the title? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it that... So Roman lost the title. I can't remember what pay-per-view is. Was it Money in the Bank? Was it Money in the Bank? Was it same night? Same night. Yeah.
Same night cashing, yeah.
Same night. So, that's up there. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to give it a 4.
A 4?
Just for the whole... I'm going to give it a 4 just for the whole thing of it, which was very interesting. Obviously, Roman lost the title, then Seth won it, then he cashed in on Seth, and it was like boom, boom, boom. So yeah, I'm going to have to give it that. I'm going to have to give it that. Really. I'm going to have to give it a 4. I'm scared you've put 2 people in there, and from these 2 people's cash-ins, I can't decide. Mm-hmm. We mentioned one last week. And we mentioned them both last week, actually. And I can't decide on the 2 of them. We did.
Maybe they're not even. And I can't decide. Maybe they're not even on the list.
Maybe they're not even on the list. Maybe they're not. But yeah, I'm gonna go Dean 4th. So Dean 4th, and
Damien 7th.
Yeah, Dean.
Okay, your next one is Sheamus 2015.
Ooh, 6.
6. Okay, fair enough.
6. It did the job. Got the title off Roman. Just did the job, really.
I think it was needed at the time.
Yeah, it was needed at the time because I think Roman at that time needed the title off him. He just needed. I think that's after he went for the United States and then Intercontinental, right? I think that's that same period. Then he just took a break and they were like, right, we're going to offer you a little bit and make someone else carry it. And I think that's when. What year was that?
2015.
Yeah. So that's when they were then all spearheaded in terms of. I can't remember. It was 2015. It was Seth for a bit, and then it was afterwards. I was after Seth.
Roman.
Anyway, I think. Anyway, 6th was a good position for Sheamus. Sheamus again winning it. I think every wrestler that's been a world champion at some point will get a Money in the Bank. They will get the Money in the Bank. It's just a matter of time.
Oh yeah.
But okay. I'll give him a 6. Okay,
put him at 6. So next one, Randy Orton, 2013. There's a spanner in the works for you.
It's hard because I just don't know the other people you have.
There are some good ones and some interesting ones.
It's better than Ambrose.
Triple H, SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan.
It's better than Ambrose. It's better than Ambrose. It is better than Ambrose. I'm going to have to put it 3rd. But I'm just scared of the top 2. I'm going to have to put it 3rd, but I'm scared of the top 2. I'm going to have to put it 3rd,
Put it 3rd.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put it 3rd.
Next, we have Edge.
Yeah.
Edge 2005.
That is... so this was my 2. It's the first ever Money in the Bank winner. The first cash in. It was New Year's Revolution, I believe. It's either 1 or 2, but which one of 1 or 2? I'm happy that's popped up. I was scared. I'm happy that's popped up, which makes me happy because I think you've put the other one. I think should. Have
I even got it? Is it even on my list?
I haven't got it. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna probably kick myself afterwards, but I'm gonna put him first.
It's 2005 first
because it's the first one. And we never saw the concept. We never saw it happening. We never knew how the concept worked. He's done it on John Cena. He's done it random time. And that then cemented him as a big star. That cemented him as the main star in that era afterwards. I have a feeling you've got the other one, which if it's second, fair enough, it's second. But Edge started it all. I did say, remember last week, from the person, if you did add it, I did say that he's the ultimate opportunist. He's the person that created that whole thing. So for me, I have to put him first. Personal thing as well. Edge is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time as well.
Man.
So I'm putting him first. But boy, oh boy, that was hard.
So your next one is John Cena, 2012. Don't worry, it smashed off Big Show's head.
Yeah. I'm gonna be so real. I'm gonna probably put that 9.
I don't blame you. Well, you didn't win.
Yeah.
It was a failed cash-in.
Yeah, I'm putting it 9. Put it 9. Didn't really do anything. If not, the only reason I'm not putting it 10 because I have a feeling you've probably put someone worse at 10. So, or you've got someone worse that I probably could put 10. So
maybe.
I'm gonna put him at 9. I'll put a risky one. I'm a betting man. I'm a gambling man. I've just put him at 9. So yeah, Cena at 9.
Fair enough. Cool. All right. Dolph Ziggler, 2012. This was a canon event for every male wrestler. Oh, sorry, not male. Every wrestling fan. This is a canon event. Mate, that pop was still to this day my favourite pop of all time.
That's jarring to me because I would have put him 4th now or 3rd. I would have put him ahead of Randy, or I would have put him ahead of Dean Ambrose. I'm gonna have to put him at 5th, and I wanted to put him higher. I don't mind, but also 5th is also respectful because if you think about it, he won the title. What a pop! What a moment for him! It was great. But the aim of a Money in the Bank winner is to push him and put him in stratosphere and make them be like, yeah, you are now.
They did him dirty.
And they didn't do it with him. They didn't do it with him. So I think maybe if you put it in that lines, it's maybe okay to put him fifth, just for that reason. So yeah, I'm going to put him fifth.
Sound. Cool.
Right, so who have I got so far before you carry on? What's the rest so far?
You've got Priest, Ambrose, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Edge, Cena, and Ziggler. You've got 3 left. Alright, you ready? Next, we have Punk, 08 and 09. We'll throw a spanner in there.
I've got to put him low. I've got to put him low now. I've got 6.
Do you?
I've got 6. I've got 6.
I don't know. You're right on your list now.
Because I had, from what I remember, I had Randy 3rd. I had Ambrose 4th. I had Ziggler 5th. I don't think I had anyone 6th. I don't think I have anyone 6th. So if that's the case,
first. Yeah.
Edge 1st.
Yeah.
I'm hoping someone else is 2nd. Are we saying 08 and 09? So you're saying you put 2 in now?
I'm combining them together, yeah.
Wait, 08 was successful. 08 was successful. That kind of put him on the map. It made him a main event player. 09 was very good as well. I think 09 was on Jeff, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, successful again. Yeah.
2 successful cash-ins. If you think about the logically here, he should be in the top 3. Just because he's had 2 successful cash-ins. But because of the ranking of the list...
Spot open. You've got that second spot open.
I don't trust that you've not put that person there. I don't trust that you've not put that person there. I think a couple man I would have changed. I think I would have put Dean's probably 6th now, probably.
You can't switch. You can't be switching.
I can't switch now. So I'm gonna put. Fuck. So annoying. I'm gonna have to put him 6th.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I would have put him way higher. He's had 2 cash-ins, and they've both been successful, and I can't put them... that's annoying.
But he is Mr. Money in the Bank. If there's ever a person,
yeah. It's either him or Edge is Mr. Money in the Bank for me.
Yeah. So you've got two left, and you've got 1 and 10. No, 2 and 10. Your final positions. Right. Otis, 2020.
Oh, 10th all day. Thank God! I was waiting for Otis or Damien Sandow. Thank God! Thank the Lord.
I forgot Sandow won it. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I was hoping for Damien Sandow and I was hoping for Otis because they're easy 10s for me. They're easy 10s. So I'm happy about that. That makes me happy. Thank God. My gosh.
Okay, and then your last one is Seth Rollins 2014.
Thank God. Oh, good.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it was coming. You can breathe. You can sleep well.
Yeah, I can breathe now. Yeah, I can actually have some peace now. Second.
Well, I think that's a good list. I think that's a pretty good list.
There's a couple guys that, I could have swapped around. Like I wouldn't have put Randy so high. Randy was like shock value. But if I think about it now, I probably would have put Punk 3rd. I probably would have put Ambrose way lower down. Put Sheamus maybe 8th. Well, Sheamus was 8th. Priest. No, I'm happy with 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th. But that 6, 5, 4, 3, I would have changed a little bit.
It's a difficult,
yeah. Them 3. No, well, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, then 4, I would have changed around a little bit. But hey, that's what happens when you do blind ranking. That was ridiculously fun. Yeah, and that will be something we do more on the podcast.
Yes. I'm intrigued to see what you're going to bring me for next week.
Oh, I'm going to be a good one. They're on the list already. I've got a list of them already.
You're ready.
Yeah, I've got a list already. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's incredible.
Well, and I think that wraps it up very nicely. Talking about next week. So that is going to be it for today. Unfortunately, I know you'd like to hear us speak for 6 hours straight.
That's a lie, mate. No, they wouldn't. No, wouldn't.
No, you don't.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
No, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend will unsubscribe from this if this was a 6-hour podcast.
Oh, don't worry, my girlfriend. Well, I meant to go see my girlfriend now, and she'd be jarring that. Oh, the one day you're off, you can't spend time with me. That's it. That's not getting put in the podcast, by the way.
Oh, you've got to keep it.
I'm sorry, Ish. I love you. Sorry.
We love you, Ish.
We
I love you,
Ish.
Soph. Love you,
We
right
love you, Soph. We love you both. We love you both. Trust me. I'm
Yeah,
keeping
yeah.
the podcast.
Do it, yeah.
I love them both, though.
Because do you know what? It'll prove to us if they've watched it then, because they'll only if they watch to the end, they'll know. So there's
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Joking.
Yeah.
We love you both. But yeah, we'll be back next week with another podcast with review and Raw and SmackDown reviews coming exclusively to TikTok, posted on Mondays and Fridays. So check that out. We'll have a video of this podcast on YouTube and Spotify, and keep a tab on our Instagram, and we'll be posting some stuff on there, some stories. Let's get this. No, and thank you to everyone so far who's already followed and shared.
Yeah,
Really
thank you very much.
Really
I think. Yeah, we've I think a personal for the first episode, we were just like, we weren't worried, but we were just very much like, oh, we just want this to go well, and the reception we've got back from everyone, the support we got from everyone is really nice, and let it be continued. Let it be continued. And as I said, as Will said, stay tuned. We're gonna have more clips and stuff like that on our Instagram, TikTok, and please, YouTube and Spotify, give it a listen, because we're not too bad of guys speaking about wrestling. We're just a tag team talking about wrestling.
Alright.
We do alright. We do alright. Anyway, right, thank you guys.
See you in a bit.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah!
Yeah!